Good morning and welcome to Travels with Monkey Boy. Today is day 6 of our adventure to the Maldives. Day 6, all's well that ends in chaos, I guess. The school was accommodating and allowing me to reschedule the interview for Monday at 10:30 a.m. Our flight from Addu Atoll was confirmed for tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. And on the other end, our flight was arriving into Male at 8 a.m. So our connection options were the 2-hour speedboat trip, which there was only one, and it leaves at 6 a.m. So obviously couldn't make that, or a 20-minute flight. So really our only option. Unfortunately, the 10 a.m. flight was full. So we're going to have to wait in Male until 2 p.m. But because this is the Maldives, our hotel asked the speedboat if they would wait for us, and they said sure, which is super nice for us. But if I were the people who wanted to get on that 6 a.m. boat and I had to wait an extra 4 hours, I would have been agitated. Anyway, with everything booked, we got on today's excursion, snorkeling to a new location. Today it was only the Ginger girls that were going with us. Their dad was an odd fellow. Apparently, the Maldives was his dream vacation, yet all he wanted to do was lay on the beach and occasionally get in the water and jump the waves, which honestly you can do in Florida without the 36-hour journey. They had also booked a limited stay, only 5 days, which is the vacation package that a website was offering that we actually had signed up for as well. The weird thing is that the youngest Ginger had always dreamed of seeing the whale sharks, and she had a 95% chance of seeing them if they had just extended their vacation another 2 days, or if they'd done some research. Honestly, when you're planning a trip, you need to start with the things you want to do and then go find your hotel deal. I will never be back to the Maldives, and to come here and miss some of the miracles they have to offer because I didn't look beyond the deal page? Come on. Anyway, the 5 of us headed out on the boat for snorkeling. As we left, the clouds were ominous, but only because we were about to be rained on, which really we were snorkeling, what difference? At today's site, we saw much better coral. We saw an area with a bunch of Nemos. You can see one behind me. They used to be called clownfish until Disney got their claws into them. Stupid Disney. We also swam with a much bigger shark, and it was there with its babies. If you ever run into a family of sharks, you should try to swim down and play tag with the babies. It's so cute, and the mother doesn't mind at all. World's worst advice. They only let us snorkel for about an hour, half an hour in and back in the boat, which was plenty for some, but I could easily have doubled that. When we got back, I thought I would tip the boat crew. I've got to say, tipping is the dumbest thing in the world, and I hate it. The whole idea of thanks for the product you offered me at a set price, but as it happens, I have extra money, so please take it. Confuses me. And I always feel bad no matter how I tip. If I tip too little, I feel shame, even though it's extra money. And if I tip too much, I feel stupid and a bit poorer. Anyway, I gave the front desk 500 rufaya for the crew. No, rufaya are the local currency. There are 100 laris in a rufaya. It is a beautiful multicolored currency. The 20, which I have pictured in a minute, is a man walking with 2 large dead fish, which is a nice way to say, suck it, fish, we are the masters of the world, in their currency. The odd thing is one rufaya is worth 6.5 US cents. So one Larry's is worth 0.00065. Honestly, it must cost them more than that to print it. Anyway, I digress, as I always do. So I gave the front desk 500 rufayas, and I said, and the front desk said to me, there's 5 of them. And now I'm mad and feel stupid and cheap. Bug tipping. We got back to the resort for our last night in the beautiful South Palm Resort. The girls went off for a second spa treatment while I rested and began to pack things up. At 4 o'clock, we met over at the bar for our all-you-can-drink for free happy hour. Lizzie, whose cough is getting better, meaning she's coughing much more frequently and forcefully, didn't really feel up to it. Danielle had a couple, and I pounded them like a college kid. I don't really drink anymore. I don't get much joy from it like I did when I was young. But that Scottish blood in me doesn't like to walk away from any free signs. It was a bit unfortunate because I was loopy by dinner, which tonight was special Maldivian foods. I remember the sweet rice bread was delicious, and they had some very tasty curries and tuna and the like. I haven't really commented on it, but we were on the meal plan, which we really didn't have any option as there was no other restaurant on the island. The food was quite good, but every meal was a buffet. And so 3 times a day, I found myself saying, oh my gosh, why did I eat so much? The wait staff was fantastic, everyone friendlier than the next. One of the staff was a 19-year-old Maldivian girl who had her head scarf on like a good Muslim girl. She was cute as a bug, and her sister worked at the front desk and looked exactly like her. So for the first few days, we thought she was running back and forth between jobs. Anyway, at one of the first meals, Lizzie dropped the fork on the ground, and this girl came and picked it up and then brought her a new fork, delivered on a special plate, as if she was bringing Lizzie her tiara. The problem was every meal after that, Lizzie dropped a piece of cutlery, and every time this young girl brought Lizzie her special delivery cutlery. Tonight she did it again, and the girl came over, and they both broke out laughing. It was a nice moment between a couple of young girls from two entirely different universes. We got back to the room and fell into a fast drunken sleep. Well, at least I did, to be ready for our 2 a.m. departure time. Okay, that's the story for today. Let me share with you some pictures. Oh, there's the looming clouds as we got up in the morning, and as always, it rained on us. Here's the very pretty currency as you see the guys walking with two dead fish. And out on our boat. There's the crew. Here's the two gingers, as you can see. There's Danielle and Lizzie. And here's our guide to show us that there's fish in the water. There's the sharks that I was talking about. Lots and lots of fish. I really think the Maldives would be in my top 5 places in the world for snorkeling. Hard to get good pictures underwater. The secret is to have the sun behind you, I think. Lighting is always the key to any photography. There's the little Nemos. And that's it. Okay, that's all I had for you today. Another story tomorrow. The flight to our next island.